everybody, my name is McKimmel, and this is my top 10 most anticipated movies for 2026. I'm kind of late to the party, so if you don't see movies like Iron Lung on here, which would be on this list, trust me, it would be. That is why. Now, we're going to start out from number 10 and move our way up to my most anticipated movie of 2026. Coming in at number 10 is Clayface. This is going to be a very interesting movie. So, it was written by Mike Flanagan and is being produced by James Gunn, Matt Reeves, and directed by James Watkins, who has done movies such as Speak No Evil, The Woman in Black, The Descent, Part 2, granted, but still The Descent. So he has some good movies under his belt, no doubt. And I am very curious to see the cast in action. Looks like we got Tom Rhys Harries playing Matt Hagen. So this should be interesting. For those of you who don't know the story of Clayface, is an actor who wants to continue looking young and ends up using this face cream that turns him into that thing. So, very excited for that one, but that is going to come into number 10. Now, coming in at number 9 for me is Mortal Kombat 2. I've been looking forward to this very much. I really did enjoy Mortal Kombat 1. It was a pretty fun watch. Didn't deliver everything I wanted. Some of the characters were very underdeveloped, but it is kind of understandable when you have a roster as big as Mortal Kombat does. I also didn't like the introduction of Cole as the main character. I think that was kind of a stupid move when you casted like the perfect looking Liu Kang ever. I mean, literally, I think he fits Liu Kang better than the previous actor they got to play him in the old 1990s Mortal Kombat movie, and so I'm very excited for this one. I believe who is directing this one is Simon Coyd. Oh, is he the director of the last Mortal Kombat? I thought they got a different... He is, so they brought back the same director. I was told it was a different director. But, you know what? He did good enough with the first one that I'm willing to trust him, and we are getting Carl Urban to play Johnny Cage. For those of you who have not watched the trailer, I do highly recommend you guys go and check that out. It looks like Scorpion and Noob Saibot are going to be appearing in this. We're getting a lot of Mortal Kombat characters. If you're a fan of Mortal Kombat like I am, then this is going to be a movie that we're going to want to see. And this time, we are actually in the tournament. And not only are we getting Shang Tsung back, but we are getting Martin Ford as Shao Kahn to play Shao Kahn, and he is a big boy. Let me just show you guys how big a boy our man here is, dude. He is one big guy. Is there one of him like standing next to somebody? I mean, this is a big dude, yo. Look at that guy, man. He is massive. He is a giant. Look at him. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no freaking way. Nope, not doing it. Not fighting him. So, Mortal Kombat comes in at number 9. Next is Godzilla -0. Now, Godzilla -1 was probably one of the surprise hits for me of that year. And it won a couple of awards for special effects. It was a really good movie, and I'm extremely excited to see where they go with it next. I think it's the best Godzilla movie we have ever gotten, and I'm hoping they do just as well, if not better, with this one. So hats off to Takashi Yamazaki. He killed it, man. Absolutely killed it. I'm adding that to want to watch. Anyways, really excited for that one. That one is coming into my number 8. Coming in at number 7 is The Mummy. Very excited for this. This is Lee Cronin's The Mummy. For those of you who do not know, Lee Cronin directed movies such as Evil Dead Rise, The Hole in the Ground, Ghost Train. He is an up-and-coming horror director who has increasingly proved himself. So for him to direct a Mummy movie, and this is not the Mummy movie that's been announced with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz coming back. No, this is going to be its own different Mummy movie. It's also not, thank God, it's not the Tom Cruise, the Mummy. But very excited for this one, so that is why it comes in at number 7. Coming in at number 6 is Avengers Doomsday. Now, they are bringing back the Russo brothers to direct Avengers Doomsday, and they have casted Robert Downey Jr. to play Dr. Von Doom. We do not know if he is a variant of Tony Stark who turned himself into Dr. Doom, and we're going to have to wait and see the movie to find out. If you guys have been following the little teasers they've been dropping, we now know that Steve Rogers is returning. How is that going to affect Sam Wilson? They're also bringing back some of the X-Men cast like Rebecca Romijn, Sir Patrick Stewart, Sir Ian McKellen, and others, and it's going to be interesting to see what they do here. Also, we have the new Avengers, or the Thunderbolts, returning. I did coverage on Cinema Falls about the chair reveal of the cast that will be in this movie, and I'm excited to see what they do now, having seen Fantastic Four. And so for all those reasons, I think they've done a pretty good, or actually a pretty poor job at building the excitement for this movie, especially where the MCU is in such a low place right now with movies like The Marvels, Captain America, Brave New World, and then they did redeem themselves a little bit with the Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, but 2 movies right before your big Avengers film, only 2 really good movies is really bad. Really bad. So we're gonna have to see how this turns out. It all just feels like a greatest hits type thing, which usually never works out. Hey, let's bring back our biggest star. Hey, let's bring back our most successful directors. Does not mean they can salvage this thing. And we all do know that Jonathan Majors was fired for violent allegations against a woman. So he was replaced. It was supposed to be Kang. This movie's original title was Avengers Kang Dynasty. And after his charges, he was fired, and they decided to cast Robert Downey Jr. and replace the character with Dr. Doom. However, nonetheless, I am excited for it, and so that is why it is coming in at number 6. Now, coming in at number 5 is Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, this is from the director who did Shang-Chi, and his name is Destin Daniel Cretton. I think he did a really good job with Shang-Chi, and apparently this time around they're gonna bring some super villains in, like whoever it is Sadie Sink's playing, who I assume is a villain that can control minds. If any of you guys know who that could be of his villains that can control people's minds and possess their bodies, please do let me know. We also have Tombstone in the movie, and then Sadie Sink, Scorpion, Boomerang, let's see, we got the Punisher, we got the Hulk. I mean, this movie is stuffed to the brim. And also his friends Zendaya, MJ, and Ned are also returning for this movie. Do not know to what degree they will be in it. Benedict Cumberbatch is apparently also assigned to be on this movie. I'm not sure who Luke Goss is playing. It says he's playing Fred, and Boswell. I don't know who that is, but I guess we'll have to see when the movie is released. But I am excited for this one. Curious to see what they're going to do. This is the first 3 movies kind of felt like a prequel trilogy to the real Spider-Man movies. And now that we're getting a real Spider-Man movie where he is living on his own, no Aunt May, no Uncle Ben, no best friend, no BFF, no girlfriend, on his own, living in New York, being Spider-Man, doing his thing. I feel like he can stand on his own in a Spider-Man movie like the last 2 Spider-Mans did. And for some reason, no matter what, they always give him a mentor figure in the MCU. They gave him Iron Man in the first one. They gave him Mysterio, and you also had Nick Fury. And then in the third one, I mean, my goodness, that movie was just overstuffed. I mean, you had Green Goblin, Sandman, Electro, the Lizard, Dr. Octopus, and then you also had Doctor Strange and The list goes on and on and on. That movie was way overstuffed. Not to say they didn't pull it off. The other two Spider-Mans in it. It was a really good movie. I feel like we need a more personal Spider-Man movie where it's not overstuffed. If I were them, I would only do this with one, maybe two villains, and then the Punisher being maybe one of or two of those villains he has to try and stop. But as we saw in the trailer, it looks like they have some kind of rapport between them, so they seem to kind of know each other a bit. And that is why Spider-Man Brand New Day is coming in at number 5. Now, coming in at number 4 is Zach Cregger's Resident Evil. Now, from how he has described this movie, it is not taking place, or is not going to be featuring the characters from the video games. He wants completely new characters that take place within the same universe as the canon video games, the mainline story video games in the middle of the Raccoon City outbreak, which I think is actually probably the smartest way to tackle a Resident Evil movie. Take place in Raccoon City with completely new characters and how they survived, and if you have a line of movies that are focusing on completely new characters while the games focus on the established characters and introduce new characters, eventually at some point maybe we can converge these into a game and, take the characters from the Resident Evil movies, put them in the games, take some of the characters from the games and put them in the movies. I think this is a good idea. And for those of you who don't know, Zach Cregger is the director of Barbarian and Weapons of last year, which I love. Weapons. That was one of my favorite horror movies last year, so I'm very excited to see what he does with Resident Evil. And for that reason, that is why it does come in at number 4. Now, coming in at number 3 is Evil Dead Burn. I am a huge Evil Dead fan. This is going to be directed by Sebastian. I don't know how to pronounce your last name there, sir. But all he has done before this is a movie called Infected. But I trust Rob Tapper and Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell to bring us a good Evil Dead movie. Very excited to see it. And so I don't know too much about this one. I'm curious to see where they go with it. And I am looking forward to seeing it in theaters. It does look like they casted the guy from the Wednesday series to play. Yeah, they did. To play the main lead. I'm curious to see how that goes. Coming in at number 2 is The Odyssey, directed by Christopher Nolan. Very excited for this. For those of you who don't know, a movie based on a poem by Homer. Homer also wrote The Iliad, which was about the attack on the city of Troy. And The Odyssey is about Odysseus returning home from his attack on Troy, where they face mystical threats and starvation, famine, other enemies, war, monsters, hallucinations, all types of crazy mythical stuff. And this is going to be curious to see Christopher Nolan tackle such subjects such as fantasy and monsters, and I'm curious to see how he does with it. I mean, this guy is sitting at the top of the world. He just won an Oscar for Best Picture and Best Director for Oppenheimer. He is all eyes are on him. He is the top director in Hollywood right now. He could do any movie he wants to do. Any movie in the world. And you know what he said he wanted to do? I want to adapt Homer's The Odyssey. I fucking love Christopher Nolan. Anyways, very much looking forward to this, and that's why it's coming in at my number 2. Coming in at number 1 is Dune Part 3. Now, they are selling this as the final part in the Dune movies. I really hope not, because there is a lot of Dune literature that I would love to see adapted. His and Zendaya's child has a quite interesting story if you continue down the books. I am really excited to see this. I really want them to continue and not just stop here. But if this is the conclusion, big fan of the first 2. And apparently people are saying this is the eeriest movie yet in the Dune franchise, which is interesting of them to say. I don't know what they mean by that. I believe this is adapted from Dune Messiah, if I am getting that. Yeah, adapted from Dune Messiah right there. So I haven't read Dune Messiah. I've read Dune and then Dune Prophecy, I think was the other one I read. No, it's the one that takes place before Paul Atreides, about the war between humans and machines. That was the one I read, and then I read the first Dune. So I have not read Dune Messiah. I trust Denis Villeneuve to make this fantastic film. This is the last two, so with my complete and utter faith, and with how much I love this franchise, I think it could easily replace Star Wars if they continue to make these movies and shows, which I actually did enjoy the Dune television show that they did. I think they could seriously be the Star Wars for a next generation, and I hope that they continue to do so. It looks like the cast is returning, along with Robert Pattinson, playing, I believe, a new villain. And, well, with all that, guys, that's my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2026. I do have a couple of honorable mentions for you guys. One of them is Thread and Insidious Tale. I am curious to see what they do with this one, as I have no idea. Looks like it is directed by Jeremy Slater, who has done all we know of the cast is Mandy Moore and Kumail Nanjiani. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I love him. Great actor. Also, another honorable mention is Scary Movie 6. Now, I'm seeing a lot of people being offended by this movie. Marlon Wayans has said that nobody is safe. We are going after everybody. Everybody's going to be attacked. If it's not offensive, it's not funny, guys. Quit. I've been seeing a lot of people saying that this movie is transphobic because of the joke in the trailer where the lady gets stabbed. And some lady on the train goes, "Help, somebody, she's been stabbed." And right in the middle of being stabbed, the woman stops, looks at the lady, says that, and goes, "Excuse me, it's they, them." And it's a joke, guys. You have to be able to laugh at it. This goes to show that you can't even laugh at yourself, and you are so indoctrinated in your ideological, political beliefs that you're unable to laugh at yourself. They make conservative jokes in there. I thought it was hilarious. They make I'm sure they're going to make Christian jokes. I'm sure they're going to make racism jokes. I don't care. I just don't want them to I'm so tired of cancel culture. I want comedies to be funny again. You know when the last time was when I watched a comedy that I thought was genuinely funny and actually laughed hard? I can't remember. Shrek 3? Maybe? I mean, seriously, it's been that long since a comedy has actually made me genuinely laugh because they haven't held back, because they haven't been scared of being canceled or offending somebody. It's okay to offend people. It's okay to laugh about how offensive it is. That's the whole point. So, get over your feelings, move on, enjoy the movie, or don't go see it. I really don't give a crap. It's your loss, not mine. Sorry on the tangent there, but very excited for Scary Movie 6 with the Wayans brothers returning. Another one I'm excited for is The Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping. I enjoyed the last Hunger Games movie that they did about the rise of snow. I think it was called Songbirds and Snakes and Songbirds. That was a pretty good, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, that one right there. That one was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't like super great, but it was good. I had a good time with it, so I'm excited to see what they do here. Unsure if this is from the same director, Francis Lawrence. What all have you done, good sir? So he did The Long Walk, he did most of the Hunger Games movies. Looks like he's doing the next Constantine and I Am Legend, and he also is doing Water for Elephants, so that'll be interesting to see. Or he did Water for Elephants. But yeah, definitely looking forward to this movie. And then we also have Avatar: Aang the Last Airbender, which is an animated movie based on the animated television show. This was on my last year's top 10 most anticipated movies, but it never was released. I'm hoping this time it will actually be released because I am very excited for it. I believe they're bringing back most of the cast. They got Dante Bosco returning as Zuko, as well as Steven Yeun. Anyways, very excited for this one. I know this is probably pointless to most of you, but very excited for this. Looks like the director is Lauren Montgomery. I'm not sure what all she has done in the past. It looks like she's worked on some other animated movies like The Green Lantern First Flight, Justice League, Doom, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Crisis on Two Earths, Batman Year One, which are some pretty good movies, I have to admit. So, excited to see what she does here. Terrifier 4 is also another honorable mention. Very excited for it. I've been enjoying the Terrifier franchise. Terrifier 3 was able to break records for the highest grossing completely independent film. Horror movie at that, by the way. So it broke some records, so I'm excited to see what they do with Terrifier 4. And then last but not least, Masters of the Universe. I only recently became a Masters of the Universe fan. This is on a budget of 170 to 200 million, which is a big budget, so I hope they have a lot of confidence in this. It is from the same director that did Bumblebee. Anyway, so that is going to be it, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope Elias is able to edit this and cut this up into a way that is cohesive, so I'm not constantly looking at my computer where I have my honorable mentions and top 10 put up right here. But with all that said, guys, thank you guys all so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, please do be sure to hit that like button for me. It is the best way to support the video and the channel. If you guys are new to my channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. It is completely free and you can always unsubscribe later. Click that bell to be notified on future videos and live streams I do right here on the channel. And leave your best Spidey sense down in the comment section below. Until next time, guys, my name is McKeon Mall. His name is Wise, and we are signing off. I'll see you guys in the next one. You got anything to say? So sorry about that. I'm gonna get you, you piece of